Okay. All right. So today we're gonna do a Qigong sequence specifically focusing on grounding and stabilizing the body, nervous system, and the energy body. When we get stressed out, one of the first things that happens is that our chi or life force actually gets uprooted from the earth, and you can feel it because you'll you'll feel more topsy turvy. You're also going to get a lot of tension in the neck, shoulders, headaches because the energy literally moves up, and we'll get in our head. We'll be thinking a lot. You'll notice when you're stressed out, you'll have a lot of these symptoms, and you won't be able to feel your feet so much. And as soon as you bring your awareness down into the belly, into the feet, you'll begin to notice this feeling of coming back into your body, coming back down into the ground. And if you hold this quality for a prolonged amount of time, you'll notice that your body, your mind, and your nervous system will become more stable, more calm. So this is the place we want to be living life from more often, especially if we're in high stress situations, if we're interacting with people, having difficult conversations, if we're at work, in interacting with people, we want to have a grounded energy, because when we have a grounded energy, we're going to have more of a calming effect in our interaction with people. And that's going to help our cause as well as help the person we're working with. We're going to have a better interaction. We're going to have a better communication. So we want to improve our capacity to self-regulate our body and nervous system to stabilize our chi. This is also going to conserve your life force and chi. When you're uprooted and stressed all the time, you're going to be expending tremendous amounts of energy, and you're going to lose a lot of chi. So in Qigong, we bring the chi back to the dantian, to the earth and to the root, and we stabilize the energy a lot, because what that allows you to do is conserve your life force and chi, and especially as your body ages, this is going to allow you to maintain greater vitality and more longevity. So let's start in a seated position. We're going to do a meditation, so you can sit in a chair or you can sit down on a cushion. I'm going to do just check out the tech here, make sure we're on, everything's cool, and then I'll be with you in a second, so please get yourself in a comfortable seated posture. Okay. So as far as I can tell, things look all right. So I'm going to come back and check in a little bit, but all right, let's come into a seated posture. And please sit with your spine straight, whether you're in a chair or you're on top of your cushion on the ground. If sitting is really difficult, sit in a chair. Lean back into the chair if you need to. Ideally, your spine's upright, but if it's difficult to sit for you, then just be comfortable. Make that the priority. All right, so getting the posture comfortable, let's lengthen the spine. And then there's a couple things you could do. Again, based on constitution, we want to do different things ideally. So there's no one size fits all. So the question is, what's going to help you feel grounded? What's going to help you settle? And especially in the beginning, when you start sitting, the process can be a little tenuous. So you have to find what the best entry point for meditation is for you. For some people, coming directly to the body, finding the body, feeling the breath, can be really settling and grounding. Right? Feeling the earth beneath you can be great. You can even put your hands on the ground if you're sitting on the ground. The simple act of shifting your consciousness, shifting your focus, shifting your awareness down can have a calming and stabilizing effect on your nervous system and your body and your mind. For some people, that'll feel too intense. So what you want to do instead is become aware of the environment and actually take your awareness first away from the body. So you might notice sounds in your environment. You might notice the way the room feels. You might even let yourself look around. Use your senses to situate yourself, to bring yourself into the here and now. And take your time doing this. It might take a moment to settle, which is really normal and natural. So don't feel like you need to rush this process. It's normal also to feel some unease, nervousness, agitation in the beginning as you attempt to begin grounding and stabilizing your nervous system and your chi. Now, wherever your entry point is, let's gradually bring our awareness to the body. So if you started out wider with your awareness, you can still maintain that wide awareness and you can go back there, but begin to become aware of the body, even if it's peripherally, even if it's just the surface of the body. And for some of you, it might feel comfortable to actually go into the body, into the center line, into the midline, and drop down towards the core, towards Dantian, and towards the pelvis. So if that's the case, try that, if that feels good. Again, I'm giving you different options based on what's right for your constitution. And there might be other options too. You got to explore a little. So we're finding body, we're finding breath, we're starting to come to the body. If you've already been with the body, maybe you go into the midline, you go deeper and you go internal and you drop into the core and Dantian. Start to feel the body's connection to the floor and the ground, and then you stay with that. This practice we call in yoga and meditation concentration, you can also call a staying with practice. And one of my teachers, meditation teachers that I love and respect, if you ever have a chance, check him out, John Churchill. He combined, based on his influence from his teacher Dan Brown, combined a lot of attachment pointers with meditation. It's very powerful because it works with your social engagement and your attachment mechanisms for nervous system regulation. But instead of concentrating, think about being with, right? Staying with the body and the mind, like a mother being with its child. So as you start to become present with the body and with the earth and the ground, it's as if you are the mother as awareness, and you're finding the child, the body, and the nervous system. You're making contact and connecting with it in a very gentle, loving way, in a kind way. And you're staying with him, her, they. Just staying with. So it's first the awareness or attention that's on the child, and the child registers, oh, the parent is here with me. And then it's that duration and consistency of being with, the staying with, which we might call concentration, right? But in connection attachment language, we say staying with. And as you stay with, there's a trust that's built. It's like, oh, that being, that awareness is here. The body's like, the awareness is here with me. That feels nice. Someone's watching over me in a loving way. This feels safe. I can rest into being held by that awareness. That's what we're opening up here. See if you can start to feel that quality. The effect of staying with practice. And using mindfulness, remember, check, am I still with the body? Am I still with the sense of the ground? You can use the feeling sense of the body as an anchor. You can use the sense of the breath as an anchor. You can use the felt sense of the ground as an anchor. And simply return to that. And quite naturally, the mind will often step in. They'll want to pull you into some rabbit hole of thought. And just orient your awareness gently back to the body as you notice that's happening. The mind can still be going on in the background. We just want to make at least part of our awareness be present with the body in a steady manner. Nice. And then we'll come back to this, but just notice even from doing this for about 5 minutes what the effect is. See if you're starting to feel some calm developing. Is your nervous system or body settling more than when you did sit in the beginning? Let's bring the palms together in front of the heart. Lengthen that central line in the spine. And today, let's actually set a specific intention. Let's set an intention to find our ground, find our inner sense of calm or stability. Even if it's not perfect, we just invite that quality to show up in our body-mind. Even if it's just a little bit more, we invite that to be present so that we may be a calming, grounding, stable force and influence in the world. And we'll do a little bow in for our practice. Welcome. So from here, if you're in a seated position, extend the legs forward and begin rotating the ankles or your feet. So I'm lifting my feet up because I'm on the ground, but if you're sitting on a chair, you can just extend the legs forward and rotate the ankles. If you're sitting on the ground like me, just simply extend the legs on the ground with the legs straight forward. And then begin rotating the ankles. And bring your awareness into your feet and your toes. If it helps, close your eyes so you can extend your awareness into the legs, into the feet. Find your breath. Start breathing into your feet. Take a deep breath. And then reverse, rotate your ankles and feet in the opposite direction. Come back to bringing your awareness down into the legs, into the feet, and breathing. Relaxing the body, relaxing the awareness and consciousness down into the feet. And then point and flex your feet. All the way back, all the way. Toes point. Back and forth. Nice. Okay, from here, let's give the feet a massage. Just give it a quick rub, just to wake up the awareness in the feet. So rub the soles of your feet. Take your thumbs and just push into the soles of your feet. You can even do 1 foot at a time if you're sitting on a chair. Just bring 1 foot up. Or you can fold over your legs and just squeeze the feet. Okay, and then squeeze your toes. Roll the toes in between your fingers. Wake up your toes and feet. If you're doing this, close your eyes. Take a couple breaths. Nice. And then just give your inner legs a quick rub. Just wake up the inner legs by rubbing them down. Okay, and let's come up to a standing position from here. Bend the knees, and we'll begin with some shaking. Now, when you're doing the shaking here, you're bending and straightening the knees, and you want to feel the body drop. Focus on the dropping action, like you lift, straighten, you bend the knees and drop. Do that slow a couple times and just feel the sinking, dropping action of the pelvis and the spine. And the dropping action should also undulate the spine and the body if you stay loose enough. And then make it quicker. And bring the arms out to the sides. Keep shaking. Make a sound through the mouth. Release the tension. If you're comfortable and your balance is pretty good, close your eyes and keep shaking here. So as you're shaking, you want to keep descending into the ground and feel the body surrendering and descending, melting into the floor. And we're going to be working closely with that downward current. We want that energy to release down. So even in the shaking here, we're emphasizing the releasing of the body and the tension downward. Take a slow breath in and a long exhale, making some sounds. Shake the arms out, the palms and the fingertips. Let's move through the body. So start with the feet, melt the feet. Feel the feet in the ground, melting the feet into the ground. Feel the feet. Awareness on the feet. And then bring the awareness into the ankles. Then unwind your calves. Feel the awareness in the calves. And then feel the knees. And bring awareness into the thighs. Take a deep breath. See if you can ungrip the quads, your thighs, your hamstrings. Just soften the tension around your thighs. And relax your pelvis. Soften the lower belly and the lower back. Now, can you breathe into your lower belly, lower back? Breathe into that core. Breathe into your rib cage and your mid spine. Deep breath into the core. Make a sound on exhale. From the gut. One more. Inhale from the gut. Make a sound. Breathe up into the chest, upper back, shoulder blades. Exhale down the arms. Shake the tension out through the shoulders, down the arms. Again. Inhale. And let the throat and neck and head move. Unwind the tension in the neck, throat. If you like, shake a bit more intensely. A bit more intensity here in the shaking. And shake, shake, shake. And relax. Pause. Just feel the body. Bend the knees. Now put your hands on your lower dantian, on your lower belly, a couple inches below your belly. And bring your awareness into your core. Bend the knees, yeah? Squat into the feet lightly. Feel your feet. Melt the feet into the ground. Then bring your mind into the belly area. From there, I want you to just lightly rock forward and back through your feet. Don't fall though. Now as you're rocking forward and back, bring your awareness and keep it in the core area. So you're dropping more into the core as you rock forward and back. Just slightly rocking back, slightly rocking forward. Into the balls of your feet and your toes, back into the heels. Maybe closing the eyes if your balance is fairly good. Keep your knees bent, don't lock the knees. And keep your awareness in the core. Take a breath. Nice. Then release. Arms up, inhale. And exhale, bend the knees, drop. Shake the arms out. So you'll notice I repeat these exercises a lot in most of my classes, and there's a reason for that. Inhale, and exhale, drop. All these preliminary exercises we're doing have a lot to do with releasing tension from the body. Inhale, exhale. Because when we're tense and locked up, it's very difficult to mobilize the chi because the body and nervous system is often frozen, right, and tight and locked up. So the body and nervous system becomes less negotiable. Inhale, exhale. So we always start with these exercises to help loosen up some of that superficial tension in the body and nervous system. So the body, tension, energy, chi, and nervous system all become more pliable. Inhale, and drop. Exhale, shake the arms out. Just one more. Inhale, and exhale, drop. Let the tension go. Shake it out into the ground. Now we're going to come up into the neck head area and to release some of the tension up here, because when the chi is stuck up here, then the chi cannot descend. Okay? So clearing some of the blockages and releasing some of the tension in the body really helps to begin to able to circulate the chi, right? Because when the chi is really locked up in areas, we can't ground it. We can't bring it into the dantian. So we want to clear the pathways as much as possible so the chi can actually come down. Okay? So let's take the palm, just massage the face lightly, just give it a light rub, and then massage the scalp. And see if you can just wake up some of the flow and circulation in the scalp. Rub the back of the skull, right through the base of the skull, especially where the neck meets the skull. Rub it down. Use your fingers. Right through the base of the skull. And then rub the side of the skull. And work into your temples too. Right to the side of your eyes and your temples. Circle there. And take a deep breath. Exhale long. Then grab some of the energy there, tension, and release it out. Pull and release. Okay, so from here, give the neck a squeeze. So you're just wrapping right around the neck here. And squeezing the neck, working down to the traps. Give it a little squeeze. Nothing fancy. And pull the energy out and shake it out. Then tap the upper traps. Tilt the head over. Then squeeze your way down the arm, pulling the energy down the arm, out through the fingertips and toss. And then you're going to just brush down the arm. Okay. Okay. Drag the hand down the arm, release the chi down from the neck, out towards the fingertip, and pull it out, all the way out. Yep. And the other side, tap. And see if you can release the tension right through the upper traps. And squeeze. Work your way down the arm, all the way towards the fingertips and pull out. And drag down. Again, you could spend a lot more time doing this. We're just kind of moving through fairly quickly. If you have a lot of neck shoulder tension, you can maybe even pause the section and repeat the exercises a bit longer. Okay, now we're going to go into the chest. Tap the sternum, take a deep breath in, make the ha sound. You could even use the palms and tap a bit more firmly if you like. Deep breath in, make sound, ha sound. And 2 more times. Inhale. Good, and then brush down from the chest. Yeah, shake the arms out. Now rotate the arms, reach through. And we're just going to spiral the joints to open up the chi flow through the arms, neck, and shoulders. And rotate the fingertips towards you and pull the arms through. Bend the knees slightly, feel the feet. Good. Feel the breath. Fold the spine forward as you reach back with the arms. Go slow. Roll the fingers. And reverse. Pull forward. Open the curtain. Reach back. And pull through. And one more. And release. Shake the arms out. Do a couple arm drops. Drop the shoulders, shake the arms out again. Feel all the tension from the neck, shoulders relieving down the arms, out the fingertips. One more time. Inhale, lift. Straighten the legs, bend the knees, drop. Okay. Now let's do a test again. Put your hands on the dantian. Go a couple inches below the navel. Overlap the palms, bend the knees. Drop your tailbone. So the pelvis, you want to take the tailbone just slightly down. Okay? So you can feel the energy from the lower back moving down the posterior line of the legs into the heels. And close your eyes and pause there. Orient your awareness back into the core, to dantian again. After releasing the neck, shoulders, and some of the tension in the chest, see if it's easier to settle into the core. Okay. Feel your feet. Knees slightly bent, tailbone down, crown up, top of the head reaching up, but lower body sinking. Try rocking lightly forward and back. And just feel the body's orientation to the gravity and to the ground. Rocking lightly forward and back, keeping awareness in the core and the dantian. Feeling the earth beneath you. Nice. And then from here, again, stay a couple inches below the belly button on the dantian. Begin tapping the dantian. And we're going to open up the circulation even more into the core area. Take a deep breath into the core. Long exhale. Firm up the core. If you like, take your stance wider, bend the knees, squat deeper. If your knees and your legs can handle it, try that. If it's too much, just stay upright more, okay? See how deep you can go comfortably. So your legs are working. This will descend the chi more as well. So the lower squat you do, you can feel the legs working more, the chi will descend. Drop the tailbone slightly. Not a lot. Keep hitting. Nice. And then wrap around the side of the hips. Then tap down the legs. Go down the outer legs. Over the tops of the feet, up the inner legs. Good. Down the front of the legs. Good. Up the inner legs. Down the back of the legs. Up the inner legs. And down the front of the legs. Up the inner legs. And down the side of the legs. Up the inner legs. Okay. And then rub the belly. Again, pause, keep the hands right on the dantian, a couple inches below the belly. Bend the knees slightly, root into the ground. Breathe into the belly, core. Rest your mind there. Settle the mind and awareness in the lower belly. Right, orient your awareness there. Relax. See if you can feel your lower body better on the ground. Now do a little staying practice in the core. Stay in the core area with your awareness. Nice. Now hover the hands a couple inches in front of the belly, right? Both palms overlapping. Encircle the chi in the dantian. Keep the knees slightly bent. Light squat in the hips. Not so much that your knees hurt, but just enough that you can feel your body rooting into the ground. Okay? And keep that as you start to rotate the chi in the dantian, in the belly. And breathe into the core. And for some of you, you may feel comfortable moving the body a bit more here. You can notice I'm turning through the gua, shifting, right? The weight. If that's too complicated, don't worry about it. But there's a slight rotation of the body through the core as I'm rotating the chi in the dantian. Right? Or you can just simply move the hands like this. Your body will move and rock slightly as well naturally. So just let that happen. Just churning the chi in the dantian. Check on your tailbone. Keep a downward orientation through the pelvis. So the chi continues to descend. Nice. And then release. Take the hands out. Bend the knees, squat. Gather the chi from the earth. Pull it up. Inhale it up. And then exhale, sink. And release down. Okay. Gather from the root. Pull it up. Breathe it up. Pause. And exhale slowly, very gently, release. Bend the knees. You're going to squat down lightly into the ground. Okay. So again, you inhale, you're lifting up slightly, just ever a couple inches, ever so slightly. And exhale, bending knees, you're squatting, sinking into the ground, releasing into the earth. Again, inhale, draw up. And sink, exhale. Inhale, gather and draw up. And exhale, sinking. Couple more. Imagine breathing up from the root and then exhale, releasing through the root into the earth. And inhale. And exhale. Nice. From here, we're going to switch it up a bit. Now from the root, inhale, up towards the upper belly, turn, exhale, down to just to the pelvic floor, not into the ground, to the pelvic floor root. Okay, from the root, from the pelvic floor, inhale up, turn, sink, exhale, back to the root. So just moving the prana, the energy, the chi, from the root to the upper belly area, right, back and forth. And once you can feel that current moving up and down lightly, now let's confine it to the navel. Inhale, just to the navel. From the navel to the pelvic floor, sink. Okay, just bear with me here. See if you can do this. So from the root up into the navel, bring it up from the navel to the root. Just moving your awareness and your intention from the root to the navel, turn from the navel, root. Again, inhale, lift, so you're lifting the body a bit. Open the core, compress the core so the navel sinks. You can feel that compression towards the root. Lift the root up and push back lightly, right? So you're just opening up that chi flow right through that dantian. Open the belly. Close the belly so the pelvis tucks slightly here. Just small movements, okay? The butt sticks out, tailbone draws back, open the belly, lift to the navel, exhale, close, compress the navel, drop tailbone, back to the root. A couple more. While moving the intention from the pelvic floor to the navel, navel to pelvic floor. One more, last one. And root. Nice, and then just rub the dantian down again. And place the hand a couple inches below the navel. Bend the knees, drop tailbone, pause there, close your eyes, see if you can breathe into the lower belly. The belly pushes out on the inhale, and the belly gently pulls back on the exhale, right? Eyes closed. Do that a couple times. Feel the belly move out on the inhale. On the exhale, feel the belly move back towards the spine. Exhale. Yeah? Inhale, belly moves out. And exhale, navel, belly moves back towards spine. One more. And exhale. Good. And then overlap the hands, again, hovering over the dantian. Rotate the chi and dantian several times. Reconnecting with the chi body. Keep your knees slightly bent. And then part the energy and then guide the energy without touching the body. Guide the chi down the legs, the outer legs, towards the feet, over the tops of the feet, and then inhale it up the inner legs. Breathe it up the inner legs into the dantian. Wrap around, exhale it down the outer legs. Over the tops of the feet, up the inner legs. Inhale. Wrap it around, exhale down the outer legs. Down outer legs. Nice. Down. Follow the line, trajectory of the movement with your awareness, right? The awareness comes up the inner legs slowly to the belly, wraps around the waist. The awareness goes down the outer legs. Okay, so this time around, next time around, we're going to go all the way up. So from the inner legs, we're going to come up the inner legs, over the belly, over the chest. So we're going to connect all the way up through the body, through the sky. And then bring all the energy from the sky down to the outer head, neck, shoulders, into the ribs, and then move it down the outer hips, outer legs, all the way down to the pinky toe into the ground. Over the tops of the feet, move it back up. Inner legs, inhaling if you can. If you need to take a couple breaths, breathe naturally. Don't force the breath. You don't want to get tight and tense. Reach up, grab the sky, and imagine pulling the sky down around the head, neck, shoulders, sending it down the outer hip, outer legs, towards the feet, over the tops of the feet. Inhale it back up. And reach up high. Grab and exhale it down. Feel that downward action, that releasing action downward. One more. Inhale. And we're going to do a couple of these upward, downward current exercises. And then down. Good. And inhale, pull it up. Draw the arms forward. And exhale, sink. Curl the fingers. Inhale, breathe up the spine. Strain the legs slightly. Arms come forward. The knees bend. You squat into the hips and you sink, bringing the chi and energy down. Again, you curl the fingers. You inhale. You bring the chi up. Exhale, you squat lightly, just real easy. Sink the chi down. Feel the energy descend. Again, inhale. Breathe up the spine. The awareness comes forward. On the exhale, we sink physically down and then send the energy down, send the awareness down. Feel the feet into the ground. Right? We're circulating the awareness. Awareness comes up. So if you go slow, it'll be like feet, lower legs, knees, thighs, into this tailbone. Inhaling up from lower back, mid back, upper back, right? Neck, up the back of the head, out the top of the head, forward. As you exhale, the awareness goes down the front of the body, head, chest, belly, down to the feet. And this is because the chi is mobilized through your awareness, right? When the awareness rotates, wherever the awareness goes, the chi will follow. So by circling the awareness in this manner, the chi is also following the trajectory of awareness and beginning to circulate. We're feeling the gentle upward current of chi on the in-breath and a descending, releasing current on the exhale. And these ascending and descending movements really smooth out the activity and balance between the parasympathetic and sympathetic, right? The yin and the yang. The ascending current being the yang, sympathetic. The descending current being the parasympathetic or the yin. We're balancing the activation and activity and the distribution of energy in those two circuits. One more. Good. And down. Now from here, bring the arms up to the sides, palms facing down. Sink, bring the hands together lightly at the root. You're going to inhale and sip up from the pelvic floor, just like when you breathe up right earlier. Turn the hands to the upper belly. Sink, inhale, sip again. And pierce up through the crown, right to the center line. Turn the palms out. Exhale, and then you're going to descend and feel the energy descend. Bend the knees. Like a waterfall, it's just going to sink like a fountain. The water's going to drop to the ground. And like a geyser, water or fountain, inhale. The current of energy comes up. Gently through the center, opening the chest and energy through the crown and head. And then exhale. Again, we're feeling that downward current descending. Clearing up the blockages in the channels here so we get a smoother flow of the chi. Inhale again, so 2 inhales. And exhale. Inhale. Sink, pierce, inhale, push up. Exhale. Bend the knees, descend, melt. Inhale. Sip, inhale more. Open and exhale. And cross the wrists to the navel. And then from here, reverse, palms up, inhale, lift. Turn the palms facing down. Exhale, bend the knees lightly, pull down the heavens right through the center, descending all the way through the root into the ground. Again, inhale. Into the crown, and then descending right through the center. Bend the knees. Doing good. Stay with it. When we start to ground the energy, you're going to naturally encounter some resistance in the body-mind if you've been going a lot, right? Change is not easy for the body-mind. The body-mind fights change. Right? It has its own homeostasis. It has its own comfort zone. So when you start to push it beyond its normal state, which Qigong meditation, things like that can do, you're going to encounter some resistance, some agitation. So we have to build that resilience and work on moving through that resistance little at a time. Inhale. And eventually, as you practice these energy patterns and pathways enough, your body and mind will get used to it, and it'll surrender more into these new currents and new patterns. Okay, last one. And pull it down. Exhale. Again, come all the way down to the root. Now I want you to bring your hands to the sides like this, next to your hips with the palms facing down, knees slightly bent, tailbone down again. Close your eyes and just pause here. Feel the ground. Feel your feet on the earth. Feel the core. And feel your body rooting into the earth. Feel your body being stable. Feel the ground. Stay with it. Whew. Nice, and then relax, and then shake your legs out. Shake the arms out. Big toes touching, if possible. If that's too intense for your balance, difficult to keep your feet apart, but touch the knees together. Bring the feet fairly close, and then rotate the knees. Take care of the knees. So we're going to do a couple more standing practices. And standing postures actually are very central to Qigong, and some of the most powerful and well-known Qigong exercises are just in the form of very still, non-moving standing positions. It's considered to be extremely effective and powerful for building the life force, the Qi in the body. Good, reverse. But it's difficult for Westerners because we're so used to moving dynamically. We're a very restless culture. So even though in traditional training, they'll make you, the first thing they probably will teach you is actually standing to improve your structure. And they'll make you stand for 30 minutes to an hour. And until you get through that difficult training, they won't teach you a lot of other stuff. But in the West, it's better because of our difficulty in settling to do more movement practices, shaking, things like that, to release the tension and open the Qi flow, and then do the standing. Bend and straighten the knees. But the standing practice, although it may be very difficult for some, is very helpful and important for us Westerners. Very grounding, very rooting. Okay. Take your hands on the hips. Let's loosen up some of the joints here, and then we'll do some standing. Bend the knees. Move into the hips. So everything we're doing, in a sense, is a prep for the standing here we're doing at the end. The theme of this class is rooting and grounding for stabilizing the mind and the nervous system. So we can be a calm force of influence in the world, in our relationships, plural. Reverse. Right, everyone benefits when you are more calm, when you have that reservoir of calmness in your system and groundedness. We all benefit from it. We're able to deal with difficulty in a calm way. We're able to help other people find their calm. Take a breath. Nice. Okay. Let's loosen up the spine too. Now just rotate the spine. So we were same kind of rotation with the hips, but focusing on the rotation of the spine. Just going to do a couple rounds just to see if we can release any residual tension in the spine, in the back. Just a couple rounds here and then reverse it. Roll. Notice I'm rolling the neck and head with the spine. The head's going to the side, chin comes up as you go back to the side, and then come forward with the head. And relax. Okay. Whew. Just pause for a second. Again, bend the knees, feel the body. Put your hands back on the lower dantian, a couple inches below the navel. Bring your awareness there. See if you can take a couple breaths into the lower belly again. Hopefully this is getting easier to breathe into the core, so you can maybe feel the chi opening and descending into the core. Now from here, wrap the hands around the waist and then begin rubbing the lower back. We're going to open up the breath and the chi into the kidneys. Another important organ for that downward descending energy current and for the rooting of the chi and life force. So here, keep the palms over the lower back. Close your eyes, round the spine, breathe into the lower back. I'm not sure if you can see this, but see if you can feel that lower back physically expanding. All right, you want to breathe and expand the lower back by pushing the diaphragm down, drawing the breath into the lower lungs, creating intra-abdominal pressure, pushing kidneys and lower back out. On the inhale, soft exhale. Drive your awareness into that lower back. Fill it up. Pause the end of the inhale, exhale gently. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, you can do this for quite a while. One more. And relax, rub the lower back down. All right. Now one more before we hold the standing postures. This is a standing posture too. But so let's actually check the pelvis. So when you're standing here for the standing postures, you want to be aware of the alignment of the pelvis. Okay? If your butt's sticking out too much and your lower back is super arched, you're not going to feel that downward current through the bladder channel, the back line. So you want to take your tailbone, your coccyx, and you just want to drop it down slightly. You don't want to overtuck, but you want to feel just a real gentle descending action to the tailbone. And you'll feel a little more action to the hamstrings, down into the calves, into the heels. Okay? And then put the weight right in the center of the feet. Now put one hand right at the navel area, dantian area, with the fingers pointing down like this. Okay? And you want to imagine a pipe or a pillar descending from here through the pelvic floor straight into the ground. Okay, so imagine, come up for a second. Imagine you're like a pillar, and then you're trying to take the tip of that pillar and drive it down. So if you tilt it too much this way or this way, it's not going to actually sink, right? So you have to get the spine and the torso and the central column and the pelvic floor just aligned perfectly and then descend straight down. Okay? See if you can do that. Play with it. You can just tilt the pelvis. You'll feel it when you lock in and you get the pelvic floor perfectly parallel, right, and even, and you descend. You'll feel it go drop. Okay, once you have that, you can keep playing with it, keep adjusting it. Put one hand in the chest and lift the heart and crown up in the opposite direction, and line up the center channel. Now close your eyes and just feel into this. Make small micro adjustments and work on lining up the center line as best as you can, so it's not tilted in any way and in forward or back too much, and then you're able to descend straight into the ground. So the whole body in the central column, like a pillar, is rooting firmly into the earth with alignment. Okay, for some of you, if you're not used to being rooted, when you do this, you'll experience intense amounts of agitation because the chi will start flowing into areas in your channels in your body where it's not used to flowing. Okay, so just do your best, see if you can hang with it. If it gets too much, just come out, okay, and build on it over time. At first, it can be really uncomfortable. And see if you can stay with it. Right? Stay with the body. Say hi to the body, nervous system. I got you. I'm here with you. Lovingly just embracing, holding, and being with the body and nervous system here. And keep checking on the alignment of the channel, central channel and the central column. Maintain the verticality, the midline. You can even feel the breath maybe flowing through that midline, softening, relaxing into the alignment. Okay, once you feel like you have that, now keep that, but bring the arms down and imagine you're holding a ball in front of the belly. And melt your awareness down into the dantian area, and imagine you're holding a big ball in front of the belly. Okay, so it looks like this from the side. Notice my vertical line is still aligned, I'm not tilting. Okay, and the hands are in front of the dantian. Often, in the beginning you'll need to get some adjustments by someone to make sure the alignment's correct, but that's difficult to do via video. Maybe when I do the Zoom classes, I can give some corrections individually. Otherwise, you can work with the mirror. Now holding here. See if you can stay steady. Don't leave. Push slightly down into the pinky toe side of the feet. So the knees slightly turn out. A lateral rotation to the thigh. Drop the tailbone, check center channel. Soften on the inside. Remember, your knees are rooted, right? You should feel like you're nice and stable on the ground. And there is going to be some intensity that builds in the legs, right, from that downward compression. If it gets too much, come up a bit, but still maintain a slight bend in the knees. Check on the verticality in the central column. Hold it and stay steady, building stability, a sense of steadiness and stability in your body-mind. Again, at first, this might be unpleasant. Over time, you will most likely start to crave this feeling. Now, experiment. Bring the hands up, up to the chest level. So here, the index finger is probably right around the collarbone level. Okay, and the elbows are going to be slightly tilted down so you don't overactivate the traps or the deltoids. The middle finger is pointing towards each other. The hands are not touching. I'll give you a little side view. The elbows are about a 120-degree angle. The hands are not too close nor too far out. Okay. Drop tailbone, check the central column. Imagine you're hugging a tree and visualize the tree roots deep in the ground and the top of the tree reaching up to the heavens like a redwood maybe. but with deeper roots, because I know redwoods don't have deep roots. I found out a while ago. I was teaching Qigong out in nature, and I was corrected by someone like, "Oh yeah, redwoods have deep roots." And they're like, "No, they don't." But maybe you imagine a redwood with deep roots, but strong sense of verticality. All right, so the heart and crown lightly lifts, tailbone drops. Check. Okay. For some of you, notice how the sense of rootedness is gradually increasing. I know this is long, but this is nothing because traditionally we hold this for half an hour to an hour. Okay. If you can, keep going. Obviously, if your knees start to hurt too much or your joints bother you too much, just come up early. But see if you can hang here. Resting into the ground. Check your alignment. Tuck the chin, lift the crown. See if you're tilting to the side, forward, or back at all. Make very, very slow, gentle, subtle adjustments to keep refining the structure of your alignment while maintaining the sense of rootedness. Now draw the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth right behind the front teeth on the gum. On the top teeth, behind the top base of the front teeth, push your tip of the tongue up against there, right where the root of the teeth are in the front, right against the gum, base of the teeth. And that connects a meridian, energy meridian, that helps the chi descend down the front line. Hang in there one more minute. Staying with, returning, staying with practice. Check your alignment, feel the feet. Notice the alignment of your central column. Notice the root and the orientation of the root that we set up with the ground. Make sure you're not slouching, crown up, open heart, tailbone down, spine long. And release. Bring the hands down, rub the dantian. Shake the legs out, right? Release tension in the legs. Just come into a nice relaxed standing position. Bring your awareness to the lower belly. Feel the feet. And see if the chi has descended. Right? See if you're more calm, settled. Okay, and then bring your feet together. Let's take care of the knees. So roll the knees again. And then reverse. And bend and straighten the knees. And let's end with a short meditation. So come into a seated posture, either in your chair or on the ground. And sitting up vertically with the spine. And just take a moment to enjoy the after effect of your practice. Nothing else to do now. Just resting in your natural state, present and aware. If you do want to emphasize the grounding force because it feels good, you can now bring the awareness, if you want, more through the core area or down towards the ground, and just hold that awareness of the ground or the core, just to keep training that energetic configuration or trajectory. So you know what it feels like. So you're reinforcing that grounded quality and energy. And just letting the body know you're here with it and appreciating the body. Letting the body know I'm here with you and I got you. Gently holding the body. And staying with, present. Generating a sense of stability, consistency, and presence. And then bring the palms together in front of the heart and rub the palms together. Give your face a rub, scalp. Squeeze the neck. Rub the heart. Belly. Wrap around the waist, rub the kidneys down. Take a deep breath into the lower back. And give your thighs a rub. And circle the knees. Okay, so wonderful practicing with you today. Thanks for being here. Starting next week, I'll be doing Monday and Wednesday Qigong, live stream for free. And then Tuesdays and Fridays, I'll be doing a Zoom class, a private group class through Breathe Together Yoga. So if you want to find a post that I did, both on my Mark Tanaka Yoga page or on my website, marktanakayoga.com, or on my personal profile page, you'll see a link to Breathe Together Yoga. You can sign up through there, through their mind-body system, and then they'll send you a Zoom link. And so I'll see you starting next Friday at 9 a.m. for the Zoom, and ongoing we'll be doing a Monday and Wednesday live stream for free. Okay, thank you.